Information Station 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, are you ready? I'm going to tell you what I do. From midnight till 3, I'm sleeping. Not that I only and I don't only sleep 3 hours. I'm just kind of giving my midnight to midnight. Midnight to 3, I'm sleeping. Okay.
Okay.
From 3 till 2, we're I'm putting the news together, doing all the show prep, and then we do the show, and then we're here until we're on the air until noon, and then of course we're working on tomorrow's show until 2 or 3 o'clock, and then you and I we go rehearse someplace, and because we do music, for those who know us know that, and then we end up. I guess we take some time to eat, and
yeah.
Then you go your way, I go my way, and I get home and I'm exhausted. There's nothing else to do, and by this time it's 7 o'clock, and it's like 8:30 is my bedtime, even though the doctors say it's not enough time from 8:30 to 3. But I need a time specialist. Mitzi Weinman is on the phone. She is a time specialist. She's a coach, a workshop leader, a speaker, the founder of Time Finder.
Yes.
Which I need her to help me find some time. And her book is called It's About Time, Transforming Chaos into Calm, A to Z. Good morning, Mitzi. How you doing?
Good morning. I am fabulous, and you sound busy.
I sound it, but
He's very busy.
It's the most relaxed when I'm right here doing this because I'm chatting with people. But the day just ends too quickly. You know, I told you before we went on the air, I said 20 seconds. Everything's timed out perfectly. Did we lose you, Mitzi?
No.
Okay.
No.
Where are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from right outside of Boston.
Oh, okay. You know what they always say? They always say New York and the bigger cities are faster. I'm from New York, and well, you walk faster, but it's not really faster. I mean, you get on the subway, you're waiting. You get in traffic, you're waiting.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours. You travel from Manhattan to where I grew up in Merrick on Long Island. That's 2 hours. There's no reason that should be 2 hours. I mean, it's 20 miles. That shouldn't take 2 hours.
No, that's the East Coast for you. That's the East Coast, and it's good to know what you can do while you're waiting and using your time productively.
Ah, and that's the key right there, right?
That's the key. That's the key right there. Exactly.
So, do you get enough sleep?
I get enough sleep. Yes, I do. Sleep is really important. Actually, that's the last chapter in my book. It's about catching Z's because I needed a chapter that ended with would start with Z. So catching Z's, the importance of sleep, and really getting that sleep so that you can be really productive in your day.
Does it happen all at night? I mean, are you a fan of the siesta idea?
Well, I think there are times where a nap is good. There was somebody who invented the power nap, but you have to be really careful with taking a power nap. You can't spend 20 minutes in your power nap or more than that, because then you actually become really tired. And you really should only take a nap if you're tired enough to need the nap, not just force yourself to take a siesta, though it sometimes is a really nice thing to do in the middle of the day.
You talk about priorities in your book, how to keep family and community and work balanced.
Yes. So I don't really think there's anything as such called work-life balance. The balance is a really tricky thing. It's really about really finding quality time for the things that you want to do and being able to spend time with people and your family and the folks that you want to spend time with, or doing things that you really want to do and carving out that time for yourself, whether it's for spending time going to a movie, reading a book, taking a bath. That's that kind of that personal time, or doing things like having dinner with people that you don't necessarily see as often as you'd like to, and really working that into your calendar. And it's really about calendar management. It's really taking a step back and looking at the commitments that you're making and making sure that they fit in with what's important in your life.
Do you know what I think I waste a lot of time on is Facebook?
Social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge time eater. And it's important when you're doing social media, whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn or Pinterest or Twitter, that it's really doing it at an appropriate time and having a reason for really doing it, as opposed to kind of getting swept into the videos. So I was working with a client last week, and he said, you know, throughout the day I go to my cell phone and I go on Facebook. And he's working for a company, and they're paying him to do something like Facebook, which is really not what he should be doing. So we needed to talk about, well, when is really an appropriate time or a better time to go on Facebook? And lunchtime is a good time to do that, especially if you're working for somebody else. But have it have purpose.
So, Mitzi, let me ask you something. You know what I'm thinking about, and it sounds like you do this. Like when you watch the lady on this TV show, she goes to people's homes to have bad dogs, and she fixes the dog. And
Yeah.
I mean, do you actually live with people for a day or so and kind of follow them around? Say, here's a place you could get some extra time, or here's a way you could organize it better?
Well, you're like a time whisperer.
Yeah.
What I do is I go into I work with people in their offices and companies, and I do workshops, and I really look at, one of the first questions I'll ask somebody is, you know, when you come in the morning, when you start your day, how do you know what you're going to do? And it's looking at really the process. What is it that they do? Do you make a lot of lists? Do you make lists of lists? Do you have sticky things all around you to remind you of things that you need to do? Do you keep a lot of things in your head? So it's really looking at how somebody plans, and if they're not planning their day, how they can do that a little bit more proactively, so that they're really thinking about what needs to get done, but what could come up in the future that they can anticipate. And really, actually, I think people can be fortune tellers by knowing what's coming up when you give yourself the chance to think about it. So I don't actually go in and follow people around. I help them with their paper and their clutter as well, but I also tie that into time and their planning, because you can't put things away if you've got to do something with it. Out of sight, out of mind. So you have to tie the clutter and the paper and all that stuff to your actions and activities and things that you want to get done in your day.
You also teach people how to say no in your book, because by the ability for them to say no, that means they can focus on things that they're doing instead of focusing on somebody else.
I got to learn how to do that.
Exactly. It's important to be able to say no. And so many times people don't take a breath and think through whether they want to do something or they don't, and really think through, what are the ramifications if I say yes to this. So one of the things is to think through, if you press the send button with a yes attached to that, are you going to be regretting it? Are you going to be begrudging the fact that you did that and saying, oh my gosh, what did I just say yes to?
Yeah, yes.
The other thing is, don't tell anybody the reason. Don't give people a lot of reasons why you can't do something. You don't want to say to anybody, I'm just too busy, because everybody is too busy, as I could hear from you, Larry. You know, everybody just
we say yes to too many things.
But you know what? The other thing that's really important is being able to say yes. And as your guest, you had a guest on earlier, Amanda. Mm-hmm. And for the bereavement camp, she said yes to something that was wonderful. So you have to look at those opportunities.
What did she say yes to, Rob?
Really important.
What did Amanda say?
To being a counselor at the bereavement camp.
Oh, right.
Social worker.
Yeah. Well, we say yes to things. Rob and I, we volunteer to play music at places sometimes, and I always love doing it, but I often say, when are we doing that? Yeah. What time? If we volunteer to do something at 7 at night, it's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
I bet, with your schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wish we could hang out. Let me ask you this, because we can't hang out, but maybe we could one day. But will the book help me out as much as having you just kind of observing how we do what we do?
The book will help out. I've been hearing a lot of really great things about the book from folks who have been reading it. Because it's in an A to Z format, it's really an easy read filled with content. And at the end of each chapter, there are next steps. And they really are concise and easy to follow. And you can read a chapter that all of a sudden just kind of interests you. And you don't have to read all of it, the stuff before it. You don't necessarily have to read a lot of the stuff after it. No chapter relies on each chapter. So you find what it is that you're looking for. If it's learning how to say no, then it's right there. If you want to work your lists better, chapter L is on lists. If you want to slow down, that's chapter S.
Let me go to the website, timefinder.com, .net, right?
.net, timefinder.net.
Timefinder.net. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if your listeners go to the website, they can...
Oh, you're a sweet-looking lady. Look how sweet you look. You sound sweet and you look sweet.
Thank you.
You don't remember the TV show It's About Time, do you? You can't.
I do, and I probably could sing the theme song.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's about time. It's about space.
It's about time. Yes.
Yes. About two men from the human race.
That's right.
What was the name?
Coca.
Imogen Coca.
And Sid Caesar, yeah.
You don't look old enough.
Well, thank you.
Is that a Throwback Thursday picture?
Oh, gosh.
It's actually taken a few months ago.
Oh, wow. You look great.
It's the photographer. She did a great
Yeah, come on. That's what everybody says. It's a photographer. Well, you are wonderful. You're a joy to talk to, Mitzi. So the book is called It's About Time. Do we get the book on the website?
The book it's in a Kindle version, yes, on Amazon, as well as it's in a paperback
See,
version.
Kindle, because I could get it this minute, right now,
Yes,
because I need the
Absolutely.
time.
In this moment.
And my Kindle will read to me. My Kindle's got a voice. It's not as sweet as yours, but it's a sweet voice.
That's great.
The only problem, she doesn't know how to read abbreviations.
Yeah.
Like USA, USA. It's About Time is the book, transforming chaos into calm, A to Z. I really, I don't know that I'll ever master this, but if I could just fix it a little bit. Just
I'm happy to... I'm
One-on-one.
happy to coach you on the phone. I can do that.
I've called
That's
women for
pretty
that
awesome.
before, and it always gets me in trouble. Mitzi, thank you for being on the air with us today. For the listeners, I mean, seriously, when the attorney who was on just before you, the first thing he said before he went on the air was, how do you find enough time to do everything? You can't, there's never enough time in the day. And I knew you were coming on, so I kind
Yes.
of made a mental note to tell you that. Well, thank you for being on there. If you're ever in Ocala, Florida, come into the studio. We'd love to chat with you in the studio, and come back if you have another book.
I will. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much.
Timefinder.net is the website.
Yes.
Mitzi Weinman. Thank you, Mitzi.
Thank you very much, Larry and Robin. Take care.
Fun interview. We'll take a little break, and we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, mostly cloudy with a couple of showers and heavier thunderstorms in the area, high 84 to 88. Mostly cloudy tonight with a shower and thunderstorm around, mainly early, low 69 to 73. A blend of sun and clouds tomorrow with an afternoon thunderstorm in spots, high 86 to 90. And for Friday, a bit cooler with clouds, some sun, and a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. right here on The Source,